Hey, my name's Jake. I'm out here with Revive Exteriors. What we're trying to do today is an attempted repair. We've got some damage around this roof. We've got one right here with a little bit more slippage underneath, but we do have a damaged shingle. I've marked it off. We've got 3 shingles that are touching above it. What that tells us is we've got to remove the fasteners off these courses in order to remove this shingle, replace it with a new one, without causing any indirect damage to these other shingles around it. So that's kind of my goal. We are at 815 Mill Pond Way, Freeman, Georgia 30110. Jonathan Christopher is the policy holder. We're doing this on his behalf, and we'll submit when we get done. So I'm going to dive right into it. I'm going to start by loosening these shingles that are above it. This one too, about halfway, just because it does tie into this damaged shingle, and see if we can't replace it safely. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that pop, that's nice. There we go. I just want to be as delicate as possible. We've got the flattest pry bar I've got. Just separating that adhesive along the edge so I can get to these fasteners along the courses. Figure out where these nails are. So a couple things that happen when we try to get to these nails. I'm stuck on that nail right here, but when I try to lift sometimes, that shingle comes above it, so it's a nail pull. It actually causes a bigger rip around that shingle. So trying to drop another nail back into that hole is not gonna be likely. And if it's a perfect hole, we'll seal it, hand seal it. If it does have a tear, then we can't necessarily seal it. We have to replace that one also. Again, I'm not going any higher on these than I should. Looks like those are gone. So we got 2 courses of fasteners. Shingles are usually 13 inches tall. So we mark off 13 at the bottom here. I've got a course of fasteners up here holding the top down, that first laminate section, and then a course of fasteners right here that I just released. Just so that is understood. And I'm not lifting any higher than, say, like a roof snake. It's about 3 inches tall. When it goes under, I'm staying under that as best as possible to get these nails. But as you can see, as you pry down, it does apply a little pressure to them. Still out there. So there are some that I can't see. I think that's better. So that one, for example, you saw some of that come out from underneath. It did tear as it came through that hole, so that does have a tear on it now. There's some more of that shingle that pulled out with that nail. More somewhere. But I'm not seeing it. So there it is. That's the one. So like I was saying, as we lift them, we do have some that stay decent holes. We do have some that rip and pull the bottom of that shingle forward, as you can see here, so it tears a little bit bigger. So trying to hand seal those spots on these other ones, not likely. Doesn't always work out to our favor. There's that nail. All right. Hold it for me. Yep. So we won't worry about color. We do have a size difference as far as length in this shingle, but we can cut left or right, not a big deal. My goal today is to see if it is repairable at all without causing more damage. As you can see, just that a little bit alone though, we're starting to get a little creasing here, right through these, through the center. I did take a still shot before we started. Start by reattaching the tops. Now I've got to get, as you can see, I've got to get flush, and I got to get to that nail strip, which is up here, to get that nail flush with the decking. If I use a pneumatic nailer, it's bigger, it's bulkier, doesn't work. So this is my goal, to try to hand nail so I can put them right where they need to go, away from these other holes. We got it in, but so most of the time we use what's called a roof snake. It's another tool, but that's designed for 3-tabs, not architectural designs. It says so on the manufacturer pamphlet. It's not a 3-tab tool, or not an architectural tool. So what happens when we try to get to something with age? This is a
2001.
2005-year-old roof, or 2005 roof. So it does have some age. It does start to age as soon as it's installed. We know that. So as we do these repairs, the indirect damage that shows up is our concern. So we do have the creasing that started to show up across the shingle. There's that little tear, but that's again from the hammer. So I'm not going to count that, but one for every single one. So if we try to repair this, same thing would probably happen here, so on and so forth. It creates a domino effect with a roofing system. So if we were grading this with the nail pulls that happened to tore underneath, along with the creasing, it would receive an F. It would fail a standard repair. We can attempt some more repairs around the roof, see if it holds, but this slope specifically, most likely this whole back, is not going to be repairable how it sits based on that. So we'll submit this video for our insured and review it with them too.